Shadows of Dock Street. Theatre. In the dim amber glow of gaslights, Dock Street Theatre exuded an eerie elegance, its facade an amalgam of Georgian revival and sinister decay. It was 1953, and the theatre was alive once more with performances and patrons. Yet, its soul seemed tethered to the past, haunted by whispers of what once transpired within its walls. Beneath the ornate chandeliers, actors rehearsed, their voices trembling not from stage fright, but from the oppressive cold that lingered even in Charleston's sweltering summer heat. Marion Caldwell, a rising actress, was cast as the lead in The Mask of Shadows. She was thrilled, though her enthusiasm waned after the first rehearsal. A shadow not cast by the lighting rigs seemed to follow her across the stage. Marion laughed it off at first, but then came the whispers, a guttural murmur just beyond comprehension, chilling her to the marrow. Her colleagues dismissed her unease, attributing it to fatigue or theatrics, but the veteran stagehand Amos shook his head grimly. "This place has always been a hive for the dead," he muttered, leaning against a time-worn broom. "I seen Junius Booth, myself, strutting across the stage like he was still alive. But it's not just him. Nettie Dickerson, from the hotel days, she's the one to watch for. Sweet as a rattlesnake, that one." Marion's laughter faltered. She had heard tales of Booth, the fiery thespian father of Lincoln's assassin, who now haunted the boards with his spectral brilliance. But Nettie, a prostitute from Planter's Hotel, was another matter. Stories of her vengeful spirit sent chills down her spine. The night of the first full-dress rehearsal arrived. The air in the theatre was thick, not with the anticipation of an audience, but with an unnatural weight. Marion stood in her costume, a flowing crimson gown reminiscent of another era, when a sharp cry echoed from the rafters. Everyone froze, their gazes snapping upward. A woman's figure loomed there, bathed in a sickly green glow. Nettie, her eyes, dark pools of malevolence, bored into Marion's. "She doesn't want me here," Marion whispered to Amos backstage, trembling. As the rehearsal progressed, the hauntings escalated. Junius Booth appeared on stage, his translucent form delivering Shakespearean soliloquies with chilling conviction. Actors fled the theatre, their nerves frayed, but Marion stayed. She had a performance to give, even if it was for the dead. On opening night, the theatre was packed, the air electric with excitement and foreboding. As Marion delivered her lines, the audience seemed enraptured, but she realized with growing horror that they weren't watching her. Their gazes were fixed above. She followed their stares to see Nettie, her ghastly form descending slowly, her lips curling into a twisted smile. The chandelier above Marion began to sway, its chains groaning ominously. A sudden crack. The chandelier plunged toward the stage. Marion barely leapt aside, her scream piercing the air. But instead of shattering, the chandelier stopped mid-air, held by invisible hands. Applause erupted, not from the living, but from shadowy figures seated among the crowd. The spirits of the past had come to claim their theatre once more. Marion fled Dock Street Theatre that night, never to return. The show, however, went on, an eternal performance for an audience of restless souls, with Junius Booth and Nettie Dickerson as its unwilling stars. To this day, the theatre stands as a monument to Charleston's spectral past, its stage forever alive with the whispers of the dead.